Morning, Samara. How are you? Morning, Vita. It's been a while. How are you? I always recognize your name because you have the yellow background. Hey, Parvati. You know, guys, I've been getting very crazy requests on the comment section lately, so I guess that my channel did get to the Twitter to the Twitter jungle because I'm getting some requests that are so you can tell that these people don't know how I work. But it's so oh my like I don't it hurts my eyes just to read it. Like I believe it's not requests. I believe it's like ideas coming out of a fanfic or something like this. They have no respect for the tarot. That's that's I don't know. I don't know. I guess the tarot has been used too much for entertainment purposes only, that they think that the tarot it's like playing cards. But we tarot readers, we have certain responsibilities about the things that we read. So this is why we cannot take all the Lulu's requests or some requests that have no foundations, because we have responsibilities and also decision over what we read. Um, it's I think that it's also a bit disrespectful to the energy of the person that I'm reading for to ask certain things. I don't know, guys. So do you want me to delete those messages when they pop? No, this was in the comment section. This I have to delete myself. But it's funny because it already has likes. So I believe that it's like the whole sentiment, that it's not just this person that wants this. So, it's like when you encounter these profiles that they do these edits, that they have thousands of views. So somehow, like, if this was a popularity contest, they would win it. And like I was mentioning, when you sent me the reading to watch, Samara, that I mentioned about, that probably, the reader should, like, I watched the reading. It felt a bit heavy, the reader. Yeah, it felt a bit heavy because Yeah, like I don't know if I would have pulled so many cards. Like I understand the cards that she got. Some of them I wouldn't see it that way, but I think that it went on and on and on because she pulled like uh, a lot of cards. But this is the dynamic of a reading. Like I tell you guys, I when we read, um, once you start the reading, it's not like you have a, like like a speech or a script where you are going to be like, oh, okay, I'm going to read about this and I'm going to stay on this line. There's this sort of like, I don't know, words keep coming out of your mind, of your mouth. You keep seeing things and you say it. This is why it's also a part of us also to review what the things that we say, just in case, you know. But sometimes even what we read shook us, like it surprises us. Um, yeah, yeah, but like who we're reading for, the industry that we're reading for. So in that case, I'm always very selective about my clients, because I had clients, for example, that just to observe them, I knew they had anger issues. Some of them I know, some of them not. Pretty much, like the majority of them are narcissistic. Not all of them, because there are very sweet people that just want tarot readings to get to know themselves better and to know what tools they have in life to somehow keep moving through a situation like a loss. But there are some that are just plain narcissistic and they are very aggressive and they don't like the truth to be told. They don't like to face certain things. They just pay you to say, the what they want to hear. So with these people, I always conduct with care, because you sense the energy in the room. That person doesn't want to know, and the cards also let you know that person is blocked and is not ready. I remember I had one client that this was scary, because the guy was actually like a very tall guy, like very um, um, big, very big guy, and I remember that I was at a sort of festival and I was just pulling cards, like I would pull cards here, one for each person as an advice. And I was going and going in the line, and then there he came. And I got one card. And I also, I had like the feeling that, oh, I'm going to pull two cards for you to give you the message of today. And I got these cards. I remember that one of them was a king of a king of cups, and he was like, oh, but but what does it mean what you're selling? I told him the message, oh, this card, is telling you that maybe you should be patient, you should connect more with your emotional side. It seems like there's a blockage. And he started telling me that, oh, he was indecisive between being a politician and a musician. So he was like, so which one do I choose? And he kept asking and asking, and I just being nice, I pulled an extra card to give him a sort of answer. But then he started asking, taking over the situation as if he was like getting a personal reading with me. And actually, this was like ad honorem, this was like free, because it was for the guest of that festival. It wasn't like a proper reading. Um, so he got really like upset when even in the person that was like organizing the thing, she interrupted us because she saw that people were like, like waiting in the line, and I was just stuck with him, But he had that sort of very strong energy of that kind of person that um, they just want to hear what they want to hear, and he was very, very, very rude, So this is why, high spirit sometimes when it comes to reading for certain things and also the environment. Um, I don't know. Like I tell you, I don't want negativity on my channel, but sometimes you are going to find people that just get really you do the reading and they are very unsatisfied. They don't want to know. They accuse you of a lot of things. So yes. I read on idols as well, and it's very hard to try to manipulate a reading into what you want it to be. No one should do that anyways, but it happens. The cards will literally scream at you. Exactly, Vita. Exactly. That's the feeling. The cards are like, "Hello, I'm here." Like, why don't you say out loud what you are seeing? Like, but we're talking about public figures, so like I tell you, sometimes it's better not to know things. Um, mm. She went, yeah, yeah. It's like and I understand it because once you start, you cannot, uh, like, you cannot stop. Oh, thank you, Spirit. Yes, yes, the Empress is my birthday, like my birthday card, like my card. Of course, since the sum of my birth date it's 12, but you have to narrow it down to one. But if you want to a one number, is free. But also, if you want to take it, like you can take the 12, that is the hangman as well. So, but I do feel more represented with the Empress. I love her. She always shows up in my life. I even have a cup, a coffee mug that has the Empress. Um, she had been very, like, I believe that the Empress, and sometimes if you are like working with the tarot and you feel like you want to get in contact with your feminine side, you should take like the Empress card and just like do some meditations around it. It's very nice. It's a very nice energy. Which idols are reading now? Can anyone tell me? Hello, GC. I'm not reading for anyone in particular right now. We are just starting, so we talk a lot about ourselves here, and then eventually I will pull some cards, but I'm not sure yet. Yeah, you scared of the backlash. No, I think that she's. I mean, I have been following for her for a while, and I know her readings are, are like this. She gets the details. She gets, is who she is. It is her ability, and she had always been very public. I mean, I'm not subscribed to her Patreon, but I had always been able to watch it on her channel, and I don't think she's no, because she has the experience already. She had been, I don't know how many years she had been on YouTube. I believe quite a while, because I didn't even have my um like my YouTube channel, and I actually, I found her because I one day was watching her reading, and I was like, oh, that deck, I have it. I have that deck. When she started showing using her decks, her oracles, I was like, oh, I have that, and I have that. And so that's why I became interested in her. But she had always had this style. I think that this is also very important, that that if I don't resonate with a tarot reading or reader, I don't watch it. There's actually a very few readers that I like here on YouTube. But with her, There's something about what she does that definitely have a huge respect, you know. But yes, I don't watch the reader anymore. They're nice. They choose. It's just I don't like reading done that way. Oh, okay. But that you watches K-pop news channel, a YouTube, internet, and something like that. Mine is the Hierophant. I'm indifferent, I guess. But I think that sort of proves he's a bit of detective kind of guy that low key knows a lot about many different people and things. Like, I think tarot readers have a various different styles, rules, because everyone has had different teachers. Exactly, Samara. Interpretations and feelings, yes. Yes. And like I told you, like reading for idols, like starting to read for idols, had definitely changed the way I was used to doing readings. Um, I think that my intuition and my comprehension had also gotten like stronger, but I always have to remind myself that maybe some part of the audience is not ready to hear those things because they are a mystery. You know, they sell an image that you are supposed to consume that and nothing else. So when you lift the veil, there's a lot of things that come out. Especially, the tarot is very straightforward. It's like here, but you always have to remind yourself that you are reading for a public figure and that you can do like the most amazing and insightful tarot reading of 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 1 hour reading. And if they are in denial, which a lot of people are in denial, where they don't like it, they would not understand what you did. They will not understand that actually you made the effort to do this reading, to to do it. It's not something that you're like I told you, like a walk in the park that you're like, oh, okay, let's pull some readings for this random person. No, it's a whole exercise. But oh well. Hey Reem. She's very unbiased. I think she was able to detect that former airsoft use energy. Oh yes, I remember that. I mean, how can my beer card be the Hierophant? I didn't feel represented. Happy Aquarius season, guys. Yes. happy happy SM training season. And look, guys, I'm actually melting here. I'm melting here because I didn't turn on the van yet. But the fan, I mean, I'm melting because I wanted the SM season exactly. Because I wanted to show you. Remember that I have to do a video about cleansing, and this actually got me thinking yesterday when I told you that she should clean more a bit the space, and because the cards are a bit charged. I notice it. I notice it, not Spirit, Samara. I don't know how I know this. I don't know. But I think that probably it's because she does a lot of readings. Sometimes I was watching the video, but I felt like there wasn't enough cleaning, energetically cleaning. And when I say cleaning, I think that probably the incense sticks that she uses probably are too light for this kind of cleansing. Probably she needs to use a bit more of herbs and do a strong version of cleaning. You know, um, because I believe that probably if she uses this incense stick that are very sweet or are very like they have just a flavor, or For example, like they are made of, I don't know, a scent of a flower. They are not very good at, at cleansing deeply. I think that she needs to do like very strong because the energy was heavy in there, heavy, heavy, heavy. Um, I had to stop a few times also because I felt like, you know, um, and to show you this, I because I was going to record a video about this, but I didn't have time. So I want to show you how I sage when I don't sage with an incense stick. Um, Look, these are some of the herbs that I burn when I use the charcoal that I lit up. So these herbs, some of them are sage, cinnamon, um, rosemary, um, and other dry herbs. So these are for a very strong and this you have to do once a week, and it's very strong. It's a very strong. It's not nice on the smelling. It's very strong, but it's the purpose of it is to really like do a deep cleansing. And in here I have this heat thing, and this is the charcoal. This is, we call it here that this is vegetable because it lights up instantly, you know. So I'm going to light it up, and I'm going to show you how is the process of lighting this thing out, because it's not like a regular charcoal. You put this here and you put it near, and it starts, and it starts to burn. This smoke, you have to keep it away from you, because that smoke is just the process of the charcoal lighting up. It's not for you to consume it. So if you can do it outside, it's better. So then once the white smoke runs out, then finally the charcoal is heated. See that it's reddish because it's heated already. So it's ready to be used. And in here, you pour some of the herbs. Like this. And you start to sage the whole room, yourself. I often start with the places and then with myself. And the last step is um, to sage elements like my things. For example, we have here a tarot deck, and I'm going to this. It's very heavy with the with the smoke, so this is a very heavy and proper cleansing. It's very strong. Very, very strong. But this you have to do. Because for me, there's nothing better like to sage like this with these herbs. For me, it's better than just to light that incense stick. The incense stick, it's nice. The smell, it's beautiful. Definitely, I would recommend it afterwards of after doing this. But yes, this is how you do this with the charcoal. We call it charcoal circle, or circle charcoal, because it's like this little. You're welcome, spirit. Yes, I do. I get them from an holistic shop, from a place that sells, the candles, and yes, I do get them from there. Yes, I usually, I, I buy a lot because I sage a lot on my house. My house, I have two houses because there I have my dad's house and I have my house. So yes, and when it comes to the smoke, I always recommend first to just keep the windows and the doors open. I mean closed. Hi Lal. And then once the smoke had really gotten into the place, I open. I wait around 5 minutes to open everything. So the so you don't joke on the which is what is going to happen to me because everything here is closed. So I just put a bit of water on it because I'm going to drown with so many smoke. Yes, you did, Hilal. Oh, I can in City 1 to 7 going to Brazil, like performing in Brazil. I watched a few videos and I was so pleased. Like, my God, definitely the Brazil audience deserves a medal to be like greatest audience of all times because the way they were singing along with those guys and jumping and just keeping the energy up, like Brazil is such a special place. Like they definitely have a heart. They are very passionate, and I love how they make the artists feel that passion. Because it's yes, Brazilian citizens were amazing, amazing. Like even me, like watching the videos, I just wanted to be there. There's like a very like instinctive nature of wanting to join that very they definitely know how to celebrate. They have, and I met a lot of Brazilian people in my life, and they are like this. They are these motivators all the time. Like they are very joyful. They are very, very charismatic people. It's their essence. And everywhere they go, it's a party. So I love this. It's so contagious. And the guys, they seemed like my bias, Utah, he was like on the loose. Yes, yes, Rim. It's the samba spirit. Yes, exactly. It's the samba. Like, my God, like, wow. The guys were like, you know, and I know that they are coming to Chile as well. So they are getting closer to me. They are getting closer, but I cannot go see them. Like, oh my God. Like, I wish they would come to Argentina. I wish they would. They were so close to be here. But like I told you, we do not have the most stable economy right now to afford a K-pop group. So maybe that's the reason why they didn't come. But they looked so happy. And also, I was thinking, like, for them, it must have been like a shock, because actually here we are in summer and it's really hot. It's really hot. So them coming from the other part of the world, actually performing in winter, during winter, with the snow and stuff, and coming here and heat, it's Groups should go to South America too. Yeah, they should. Yes, they should expand actually a little bit. Not just only like Mexico and Chile. We have or we are. There's a lot of countries here. But yes, I understand that. I just feel so bad because they have a lot of fans here. And some people do travel to, for example, Chile to go to their countries, or Brazil if they have the time. There are citizens that are very organized in that sense, but not everyone has the means to do this. That because it's expensive. Um, they are even going to Bogota. Oh, really? Oh, wish they would come to the Middle East, but SM doesn't think we exist. High five, Rim. You and I both. I think that they cannot locate us on the map. I think that they are like, what is that place? What is that thing over there? No, we don't go there. we, you know, but I'm happy. I'm happy that they are on Latin America territory and somehow they are connecting with the very hot summer that we have here. That the reason that I'm melting here is not, it's real. It's real. So probably, the the NCT 127 members are feeling the heat right now. I just feel so worried for them, because they tend to perform with a lot of clothes on. And this is not to promote that they should take their shirts off. Of course not. But I think that they should also take into consideration that the wardrobe maybe needs to be a bit, actualized, because these clothes are very, the fabric is very, you know, it must be very hard to use those clothes. Don't give ideas to SM as they might even think about NCT Latin America. Oh no, no, no! Please, let's stay. The world tour understanding of Korean companies is very small. Oh yes, exactly, Hilal. That's the first thing I noticed when I read this. And this wasn't for NCT, but it was for another group, that they were like the first world tour, and they were all US cities. And you were like, what part of this is worldwide? You just have to say that you're going to America, and that's it. I mean, SM did say they are preparing an idea for MCT Saudi, so maybe then MCT Saudi Arabia is coming. They made experiment with the music. Um, yeah. Oh, Blackpink had a concert in Saudi Arabia yesterday, but it wasn't on my city. Oh, I think I did watch a few clips. They were smelling his shirt. What? They were smelling his shirt. How funny he took a bath. Who? Who was smelling whose shirt? World tours mean US. One stop in Canada, Tokyo, and maybe in Latin America. Maybe, yeah, maybe Latin America, like, like maybe we'll take a plane and we go there. Um, we have the greatest food here, guys. Like, I'm not saying just this, like I always mention, just to brag about my country. But if you ever want to have like proper, delicious food and plenty of them, come here, come to Argentina. And I'm sure that with your with your coin, or with your, with the kind of money you use that is from your country, you're going to be able to buy a lot of things, because here we, with our own uh, coin, we suck. Taeyeon took off his shirt and threw it in the crowd. Oh, really? Oh, but they say that they don't smell, actually. You know that they always take pride in this, that they don't smell. I love Argentine sticks, the yummies. Oh yes, yes. Actually, when I see like the Koreans doing this, like talking about eating meat, and chopping these small pieces of meat in that grill that they have, that grill kitchen that they have, I sometimes feel very sad, because I'm like, that's not real meat. Like, you really have, like, that's very small pieces of meat. Like, you should come to our country. We will give you like a whole chunk of meat. I saw clips of fangirls smelling his shirt, like, what the fuck? Yeah, yeah. But I'm sure it must smell nice. It must smell nice. Oh, don't worry, sweat is precious. The sweat that is. I blame SM only. They did that thing selling hot members' hair because it has their DNA. Oh my. Wow. No. That's so creepy. And then we tarot readers are creepy. Look at what their own company does. Yes, they eat different portion sizes. Yes, yes. SM must have needed the money. Um, they were so happy, guys. Like, I really, like, I'm really loving the being like the N citizen, like um fandom. Like, I don't know that much of them, but the ones that I do follow, they share a lot of content, so they are very generous. They translate a lot of things. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that they are not toxic. I mean, I didn't have any, like, but I was like, oh, really? I love this fandom. Like, I feel very comfortable. Like, because I was learning a lot from the guys. And I know that, of course, SM has, um, has other artists, and NCT is a lot of people, but I don't know. I'm very comfortable with them. Did you hear aespa concert 2 is coming? Oh, yeah, I have to do an aespa reading as well. They asked me to do it. SM revolutionary company, sometimes creepy should be their slogan. Like, let's be for real, like, Johnny in a box. Johnny. Like, we're not complaining, but yes, Johnny in a box. Hi, I have a request. Can you do it? Is yes, Lee Jisoo, they are on the list. Yes, they are having their 2023 reading. Of course, they're having it. Um, The bigger the fandoms, the more toxicity. But a few fandoms, less toxic though. Yeah. Yes, of course, for ETs, we're going to do that reading, of course. They are on my list. It's just that I have to, mix a bit because I have to do the boy groups and then the girl groups, to be fair because, you know, we should like integrate all. Like, of course, I'm not going to read for all the groups, guys, but I'm trying to be like fair because, yeah, because we love them and I want them to have their moment. But yes, I have a lot of requests. If it's not a shipping one, I will do it. I love it. I think there was this whole fight over Suga singing Big Bang. Suga saying Big Bang is the reason BTS became artists. Yeah, I made also I, and this is why I think that you don't want to get in there, but I actually happened to take a picture of the moment he said this, and I posted on my WhatsApp, like where I have with my army friends. Yeah, it's just two. There are just two in there, them and me. And I just posted, because I was like, oh, look at what he says. I love how respectful he is. And actually, the whole video was Suga like being a fanboy or like really. And it's not that it was like I picked in a specific moment and I took it out of context, and it was just like nothing, it wasn't like this. It was Yoongi the whole video, like expressing how he felt about Big Bang, and their music, and being very respectful. But definitely, you can see he was very excited. I enjoyed very much that episode. But I shared that picture of the screen of him saying that I said that if it wasn't for uh, that Big Bang was who made BTS or something like that. But that phrase was like, they are our inspiration, our idols. Um, and of course, then humble, and I shared it in my chat. And then I had this very long reply of my one of my army friends telling me the story of what happened in the past and how Big Bang fans almost destroyed BTS career and a lot of things. And I was like, oh no, why did I get into that? Just wanted to make a random comment, just a random comment of saying I enjoy these two talking together. Like, I love to see Yoongi being a fanboy. Like, I love this. I love this. And then when she started explaining the whole history of why Army, I was like, oh no, 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 no. I was like, yeah, okay, like, I don't follow fandoms, I follow the artists. Oh my, I was like, what did I get myself into? Why? And it spoiled the whole conversation. Like, then I reminded myself all over again, there are some things I do not have to say. I have to, just to not get in there, because I was just being like casual. It was a casual conversation. Like, I understand that they might have this history, but we are in the now, and your favorite is expressing gratitude, and is expressing also admiration for their, you know, for a group that they admire. So why can't you take their experience and learn from that and also be happy for them? Like, no, you have to go back to the history of. No, no, no. I couldn't. I couldn't. BTS fans were mad at Suga. His interview with Taeyang was good. I loved that interview. At least I don't find anything offensive about it. He just meant that they are inspired by Big Bang. Yes, success. It's getting too late for BTS to call out their fans' behavior. Now that you are on Twitter, have free access to all the drama. Yes. No, those comments on. There was someone that just really was very. There was a fan that really was toxic about this. Like saying that, oh, we didn't build all this success for them, so they can attribute this success to someone else. Like, you're just a fan. Like, oh my. Be not so accidental following T.O.P. Oh, I would. Oh. Look, V and Top would be like my. I would love to see them together. Those two Moon in Aries together. Oh, I would love to see this. I would love to see this. And then actually spilling the tea and saying some really controversial things. I would love that. Taeyang is pretty chill too. It was nice to see interaction. Oh, he's so nice. Taeyang is so nice, so humble. Like really, he was like, I'm sure he was nervous as well, but he was so, engaging in the conversation. I love this. He's such a great guy. They mad at Suga for expressing his opinion. Seems like ARMY only want people to confirm BTS being the only reason why they're famous, even if the members themselves otherwise. I swear Taeyang almost seems like a saint to me. There's so much come to him. Yeah, Taurus behavior. Taurus behavior. It's good they care about BTS like all fans do, but victimizing yourself is also not good. Yeah. I mean, if I follow fandoms and not the artists, I honestly wouldn't appreciate and respect BTS like I do. How would they get all these collabs without networking and connecting with other artists? Fans should understand this. B literally was forced to stop following Top, like for real. We should pull cards, guys. We should pull cards to see if there's a connection between B and Top. I was like, we just follow that dude and go to space together and have an interview over there. Can you imagine? I love B. I always am expecting him to do something. I want him to break the rules. I want him to break the rules because it's like no, because oh my. The tea, yes, the tea. Come on, B. We need B and Top to have this like Suga did with Taeyang. And also, I would love for JK to do a collaboration also with GD. I'm not sure if that's going to happen, but I know that JK is a huge fan of GD. He had always said it. Of course that he's in a different state of his life right now, but I would love to see those two interact. Like, because also JK, it's so, I definitely can see his moon in Leo resonates with GD sun in Leo. Like there's a correspondency in there. B used to call out the fans. Even Jin did too. Yes. Moon in Aries behavior, guys. Moon in Aries behavior. 2 Aries energy. B and Top. Yes. B and Top. Definitely, they would. I could definitely see like the staff behind the cameras. I could definitely see the staff like trying to hold them. You know, making signs to, no, don't say that, don't say that, don't stop. GD is also going to have a solo comeback. I wonder if they collaborates with another BTS member. I would love that. I would love that. I love that. Honestly, I enjoy so much the BTS collaboration with other Korean artists. Like, I think that, um, I mean, they are such a great guys. They are such a great guys, and it's I love this, you know, and also well because they know their culture, they speak their languages, they don't need any mediator nor translator, you know. There's this, you know, this energy that just flows between the artists. So I think that is the best. Jin is my favorite. He's so nice. Yes. Have you seen the pictures that he posted? That he's in the army. He's looking so good. He's going to do very well. He's going to do very well. Jin is going to do very well. He's a great guy. He's a great guy. We should do one for GD comeback too. Oh yes. What? YG will release it in next 5 years. 5 years. Wow. The way their fandom has reacted to the recent collabs with Korean artists is eye-opening, to say the least. Yeah, yeah. It's just that probably there's also a level of denial, you know. I don't think that those fans represent all of them because we are different people in the fandoms. You know, in groups, there's always different kinds of people. But a lot of childish behavior, a lot of childish behavior. Very different to what the group promotes. Yeah, very different from Western collabs. I don't know. None of the BTS ever impressed me. Only the Taeyang one. It was nice. Yeah, me also yes. With the other ones, I don't know why I also have like a few things with BTS collaborations. I enjoy them at first, but then I forget about it. Like it's not something that I would want to listen all the time. Um, but yeah, for me probably the one that I enjoyed the most was the one with Crash. Hobbies collaboration with Crash. It's very unfortunate what happened. That then you know that whole scandal somehow like you know was a bit like interrupting a few things, but well, the Charlie. Oh, I don't like Charlie Puth. I don't. Oh my god. Oh my god. I used to like them. I used to like him when he first released his songs, but then. They want them to collab with white folk. Oh, and those are the worst. Those are the worst. Those are the collaborations that I don't enjoy. You're not wrong though. I saw some toxic fans were hating on Megan. Like, what is wrong with you guys? Yes, I think Korean artists are in fact nice and more genuine with them than Western. Teddy, Teddy did dirty to Itayan. He should have gone for another producer. Yeah, Teddy should go. Like, stop it, Teddy. Like, he's always like there. Like, why? Yes, Western collab seems more for buzz than genuine collab. I feel they're more comfortable because they are able to communicate through the whole process. Exactly. Yes, that's very necessary. The cultural connection. Honestly, what comes down to the reason I get into them is the vocals are frustrating and musically everything was blunt and simple. I don't know, guys. I just lately I only have eyes for my bias for Utah. The only thing that I feel like is the most wonderful thing I seen, like, is him. Like I love him. I'm waiting for his movie to be released somewhere. Like it's still not. But I'm loving my bias. Like I'm such a happy Utah stan. Like I'm like, and I think that nobody can, not any news can take away my bliss, my happiness of watching my very wild and attractive bias. I really am so happy for him. Oh, I do like the young old songs. I would like a hardcore blink to steal that is a studio kiss and threw it in the ocean. Oh yeah. I'm happy for you, Vanessa. My bias refuses to show his face. Ah, I know. But you know, Spirit. When you have those random moments when you're like, oh, he's everywhere. You're like, oh, this is so beautiful. And he's also posting his stories on Instagram like all the time. And I'm like, ah. You know, I normally don't watch like Instagram stories. I'm that kind of person that I don't click on them. I'm not interested in the Instagram stories. With WhatsApp, it's the same. I don't. And there are some people that actually have complained, like, did you watch my WhatsApp story? And I'm like, no. Oh, but then why don't you watch it? And I'm like, because I don't, like, I don't know. I'm not that kind of person. I just prefer to, you know, I don't know if we talk on the chat, we would share it and talk about it, but not me going through the stories. But in the case of Utah, I definitely click. I click. I click. What, Samara? Yes, I want a Kishun and Jungkook collaboration too. Utah hair thinning friend. Really? You mean that my bias is getting bold? Poor guys, really. The amount of change colors and coloring that they do. Oh, I know a lot of people who went to the movies in Indonesia. I seen some of them. Yuta has been glowing lately and more healthy and happy for him. Yes, I love him. I love him. It's like I love all of them because honestly, I love all of them. But I think that I don't know. I just love my bias. He's seeing my bias happy. Like I don't know why we did wrong. He doesn't want to see us always covering his face with a mask in his IG post. Oh, I complained about him disappearing for days, and Minhyu literally posted that day with a mask, of course. You ain't seen in the Instagram pics. Yeah, I did see, Samara. I did see. It's just that I thought that maybe it was like the angle of the selfie, where he's like doing this or something like this. So I was like, oh, maybe it's because the camera is you know. But yeah, I noticed his hair is getting more thin. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. With all this that yeah. I love him with his black hair. I hope they don't bleach it again because I love his black hair. They do dye their hair a lot. Now I think Muso mostly used Be Live to communicate with fans. So now that with that, the other day I downloaded Weavers and I didn't like it. I just downloaded it because of the voice. The voice are there in Weavers, but then I was like, oh, I don't like this. So I'm sorry for the. I love the voice, but probably I will regret it and will come back. But I didn't like the platform in general. I'm wondering how is Blackpink, Rose, and Lisa. Oh, Rose. I'm saying Rose. I don't know. Rose. Nah, strugglers in the front. Gotta send him that mail. I would take him, even if his hair falls off. Like, I don't know. But yeah, I would take him. I would take him anyways. The amount of bleach, I'm surprised it isn't gone already. And they are not very hairy, they must have very thin, like, hair also. Scalp decimation it is. Yeah, Be Live was cold. The first app I downloaded for K-pop to watch Monsta X lives. Yeah, I miss Be Live as well. No, someone posted you about it. It's oh no, I'm sure they would. No, oh, poor guy, poor guy, poor guy. No, please, no, please. The hair is going. Why this remind me? Wanna never share his ball pick with us. Oh, he doesn't want us to see his boiled egg form. And guys, now that we are going to be in February soon, I'm going to start the love readings again. But not love readings like all these people want, like the shippers want, like, oh, I want to know about their future spouse. I don't do future spouse reading. I will not do them, so don't ask for them. I'm going to keep doing like their ideal romantic partner series, or them as a romantic partner. I'm going to do those for February. I'm going to try to do the whole series in February, just so we can celebrate like the Valentine moment. And then I'm going to offer also like for some people, if they want to book a reading with me about the romance in their lives, the romantic side of life. Um, and I'm going to be offering those readings also. So we are going to start February feeling very romantic. I'm going to pull my romance cards, my decks. I have to pull them. I have to take them out. It's that time of the year. Tell us something about the cards. What? What about it, Spirit? What do you want to know? But what do you want to know? Like, I don't understand the questions. Is there something that you want to know about the cards in particular? Like, I don't. Experience with the tarot. Um, that some of you had been asking the other day. I was going to bring my toast tarot so I could like share it with you, but like I don't have it here now. But I do have some like that are influenced by the TOS system, and it's two of them that I had already used. So I'm going to show it to you. Why, guys, that to move from here it's very difficult without actually not trying to not break things. Okay. Um, the TOS system is a bit more complex than actually the Rider White because the TOS system has like a bit more of like it's influenced more on the golden dawn, I believe. It has like some hermetic also properties. There's a lot of astrological like attributes and symbols. There's a lot of symbolism. There's a lot of like a lot of mysticism also around. So this one that is called the, I believe it's called the elemental tarot. This one is also based on the TOS, on the TOS system of tarot. Here, for example, instead of having like the pentacles or the cups, you do have signs that represents the elements. For example, this symbol here, it represents the earth element of a moon into, because you have the moon here and also the Taurus sign here. So there's like you also have to have a lot of knowledge about different symbolisms and also about the attributes of the element. So and for example, they do not like distribution of the characters. For example, the king, queen, page, and knight. You have like, for example, you have father, mother, daughter, and son. For example, the page represents the son, and there's in this case the knight card is not, for example, the Knight of Pentacles is represented by a female energy. So it's like in this case you will have like would be like here is like the daughter of fire, daughter of water. Daughter is like I'm sorry, I made a mistake. Actually, the daughter or princess represents like how we would see like the the page in the regular tarot, in the Rider White. or in the other systems. In here, in the TOS based or influence cards, they put different names. They sometimes call them like the prince or the princess, the daughter or the son, to the page and the knight. So, there's also that. And also, there's like much more, there's like two elements attributions to, for example, a queen. For example, a queen, this the star tarot, it's also based on a system. Yes. For example, um, the magician. Um, in the TOS system, the queens is not just, for example, for you to say, oh, a queen of cups, it's a water sign. It's associated to a water sign element. She could be like a Pisces, a Cancer, or a Scorpio. Um, in that sense, they attribute a second element to that kind of water. You have water that is more. I'm trying to get the points out of my face. Um, you have for example, I don't know, the Princess of Wands, but the Princess of Wands also has like wands and air. So she's not just, it's as if I'm saying like, oh, when I talk about someone, and instead of saying, oh, they are a fire sign, I also refer to their moon or their rising. Like I talk about the combination of those two. For example, when I often read for idols, when I talk about their astrological placements, I often talk about the sun and the moon. So somehow I can differentiate them energetically from other suns in that sign. So I can, like, for example, if in a group we have different Virgos, you know, I'm going to add the moon card, the moon sign or the rising sign, to somehow let you know that they are a different kind of Virgo. That is not that they are just, oh, she or he is a Virgo, or she or he is an earth sign. And with the TOS tarot, the king, the queens, the princess, the prince, they have like a lot of a lot of more like astrological, like their influence of their elements is like stronger. So you have to keep like studying a lot. I wish I had like a sort of like, I had a notebook where when I took the classes for my TOS tarot, I had to write down a lot of attributes, a lot. And thank God that I knew something about astrology already, because it's very different from what you think you know. The system is very complex, so if you are a beginner, you shouldn't get a toss card, And also, it's very, for me, actually, I choose the tarot, the toss system, because without knowing not much about the toss tarot deck, because actually I was very like attracted to the images, and also they have something that I think that is very attractive. They have a keyword here. For people that want to, start reading cards with keywords. For example, instead of taking oracles, just buy this deck, or these sort of decks that they have a keyword here. But there's so much more to this. Because here, you know, you have here this card the Six of Cups, you have the astrological representation that would be the sun in Scorpio. And you know that the Six of Cups normally in the traditional deck, in the Rider Waite, it represents like two children like offering each other's cups and flowers. So somehow it talks about, about childhood, about our memories, about feeling nostalgic. But in here, we are seeing, yes, children playing together, but we also have Scorpio. So, how do we associate? Because, and this is something that you also have to know a lot about astrology, because when we think about the Six of Cups, since we see children and we see childhood, we often think that, okay, what energy would that represent? Maybe Cancer, because sometimes Cancer placements, they are very nostalgic. They often think about the past. They honor their past. They are the ones that probably honor their inner child the most. And but if we see here, like, this that shows a sun in Scorpio in the Six of Cups, I could definitely see also, because Scorpio somehow it's not an energy that talks about, childhood, but it has to do about memories, and sometimes holding on very tight to memories, to past experiences, and not being able to let go, you know. So I could see the Scorpio attributes in that. But it changes your whole perception, and sometimes when you are like in the cards, you don't that's why I admire so much people that analyzes the whole symbols. This is why when you're just starting, I would advise for you to just look at the cards, look at the the images, what it represents. Look at their colors. Look at if there's a pattern in those colors. Look at the small details. Look at everything, and try to interpret that, because then once you start reading and pulling cards and watching everything all at once, like, you do not have time to appreciate the small details. But yes, lately I've been using the manga tarot. Like, really, it's beautiful. It's very lovely. I actually feel very connected to this. The other day I was pulling a card and I was like, wow, this card. You will know when you get a deck. You will know that that it's connected to you, because there's like, you pull one card and it's very, you know it's very important. You feel the connection. I remember, I know I asked for Infinite Sungkyu as romantic partner reading, but you can just do it on a live stream if you don't post it as a video. Oh, okay. Oh my, I cannot move on. Let's try this. Infinite Sungkyu. Yeah, at first a bit like, Sungkyu is the one that had a lot of placements in Taurus spirit. And which one is the one that is having a comeback very soon? Because I saw La Insolenta, that she is is a huge fan, and her bias is she was like, like screaming on Twitter because there's a date announced for his comeback. Oh, the triple Taurus. Okay. just to practice, but I wanted to share with you. I don't know, but she was screaming. She was like freaking out on Twitter. She was so happy. Her whole life is that guy. That guy is her whole life. I get it. I get it. She loves him so much. The other day, Spirit, how you shared with me, this book, the Holistic Tarot, and I was like checking it out. I was looking at the pages, and I got to the page or where you have like different tarot spreads. Hello, Mariana. Tarot spreads to practice. And I got to one that it was like a Celtic cross, but it was a bit deeper. Like it had like 7 cards. Each one of them has like a different purpose and meaning. I usually am not a fan of those spreads. I get a bit like you know. I get distracted with the way I have to place them, so I get very confused. Which one is the first? Which one is I just, well, I was doing this, and since I was practicing, because I also wanted to get in this, and also use it more often, um, I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to do a spread, this general spread. And and I was like, but who I read for? Who do I read for? And I was like, okay, I'm going to do a read bias. I'm going to pull a few cards for Utah. And like it's not that specific, it's very general. And one of them, one of the aspects was like his shadow self, the part that he fears the most about himself, or probably his shadow self, his part that is not that it's not about his flaws, but it's his part that he's not very proud of. And he got the devil card. So I was like, I was like, and I was like, wow. And he had a lot of cards that show him as this Knight of Swords. So definitely, probably Utah is going through a period in his life where he's not hashing about anything. He's been very straightforward, very opinionated, and probably he's going to be very, very, very like, having a lot of like opinion, um, and being very honest, like being very also very intelligent about what he says. And whenever I got to the devil card in there, I was like, I don't know why I got to the feeling that I think that if it makes sense that he gets the devil card as his shadow self, the part of himself that it's the part that he wants to hide from others. That you definitely have to be hungry for getting a sort of recognition, or to actually get it, to get to the place where you want to be, you know. So I was like, but also the devil card, it's a card that it's not only about excess, and it's also about that you will go full in, you know what you have to do. If you have to go to the extremes to get what you want, you will go there. So, yeah. And I got really sad all of a sudden, because I was like, this guy must have gone through a lot of things. I was definitely saw the dark side of a few situations, you know, because the devil also talks about anger issues, you know, when you are so angry about the things that you have to do to get to a place, or how, you know, um, and I was thinking about this, you know, about being a foreigner, you know, trying to stay ambitious and to always show that, but being in an industry where, you know, you are like a piece of merchandise for them, you know. So I was like, probably there's a part of himself that he's not very proud of, the toxic part, or actually enduring other people's darkness, other people's obsessions as well. And I remember he had a few. He had an interview with that I found it on Twitter, but I found that link on Twitter. But it was a show in Japan. That this show was the MC was a transgender person, and he's very famous. Actually, he's very famous in Japan. So he has like this his talk show, you know, night show, and I think that he's a whole celebrity. He she, and this person was talking about, oh, I have something in common with Utah. They were praising Utah and everything, you know, and they were like, oh, I have one thing in common with Utah, and this person was saying that they share birthdays with Utah, that this person's birthday is the same as Utah's birthday, that their birthday is on the same day, different years, the same day. And they were like, and Utah was like, oh, I know, we share the same birthday, and this person, like, you know, yeah, and I was like, oh, this had to be another Scorpio. I don't know where the conversation went, but he was like, there's something about Utah. He says, you know, this person says, is starting to express himself. Like, there's something about Utah that when you look at him in the eyes, you see the eyes of a person that has seen it all. You know, that he is a guy that has seen it all. You know, that this is a guy, you know, and when I look at this person, and I look at, you know, the whole conversation and the depths of what he was saying, you know, because then people like started laughing and, you know, be like, oh yes, because he was working in different countries and he learned a lot of things. But the way they stare at each other, you know, it was at the moment when you, and also this person was like, am I wrong? This person was like, please correct me if I'm wrong. Like, am I wrong? Like, and Utah was like, no, you're right. You know, you are right. You're right about that. Like, and this is something that I think that is there's something about Utah. I had always like somehow observed this as a fan. That I think that in his eyes, I don't see sadness in his eyes, but definitely I see this, that he's not innocent, you know, that he had seen it all, other people's darkness in particular. And I believe that this is something that it was a very deep moment, that actually, you know, this is a Scorpio person, the MC, is like somehow like a comedian, you know. But when he stated that perception of his about Utah, and Utah being there, and also Utah agreeing to this, I think that there was this moment of like you really can see through me. And like I am not denying that, yes, this is my reality. This is because they were talking about, about Utah's acting role in this movie. In this movie actually is very violent. So if you want, a lot of people that had watched it were like, okay, if you want to, you have to prepare yourself to see Utah actually getting beat by a lot of people, and actually him beating people, and it's a very like aggressive and violent movie. And this person was praising Utah's acting, and like he was able to perform and to do this role because there's something about when you look at Utah that you know that this is a person that has seen it all. That he's no fool. He like there's something that I think that almost is a bit intimidating if you pay attention to him. That he is a guy that he knows. He knows a lot of things. He probably knows a lot of secrets. So, and he is like this culmination of like, like I went through a lot and I'm here, but like things hasn't been easy for me. I have seen the darkness. And I think that moment was like, if I can share that clip with you guys, I would share it because it was a very interesting conversation. And it's because also, Scorpios, actually, I think that there should be more Scorpio comedians because actually Scorpios have a great dark sense of humor. But I love the way he shifts the very superficial chit chat, the superficial subject of them praising. I think that for me as a Moon in Scorpio, for someone to say something that deep about me, I would feel very touched, very honored, because you are really seeing from me. You definitely are seeing from me. You are not only seeing like the whole physical thing. You are seeing into the depths of my soul, So I think that it was a very interesting moment. It was there was like tension in the air, and the beautiful thing about this is that, of course, that Utah wasn't present in the room. He was like in a video call, but he was staring at the screen. He was staring at the camera. He was like, "Yes, this is me." So I think that was beautiful. And then when I got the devil card for him, and the part of himself like he's not very proud of, and he got the devil, and I was like, oh, I get it. I get it. Hi, Mariana. Did I say hi to you? A piece of merchant. Hey, Lilian. When there are two Scorpios, they can be pretty straightforward with each other. Yes, but Mariana, you have to. I will try to share the link with you guys, but because I don't know how I came into it, but you had to see the tension because it seems like it seems like this wasn't in the script. And probably this is the reason why this guy, maybe this person, because he's transgender, this person is transgender, so she actually, it didn't sound like it was like premeditated, like it was part of the script that he said something like this. The way she blinked, and he was like, yes, you're right about that. I was like, oh my God. Like, that moment of like, and also, let's not forget that he's an idol, so sometimes we are not used to then having this very deep moments, like these moments of like raw interactions. Like, I know I had these kinds of moments, and actually like very strong moments of realizations where I actually asked something to a client, and this was a bit triggering, but it was necessary for the conversation to keep going. But this was in the intimacy of of a session. But in an interview, like, and I was like, wow, these two finding each other and really seeing each other. Because mostly when you see a Scorpio interacting with other signs, is regularly is the Scorpio like figuring the other out, and actually like spilling the tea about other people, other people's truths. But in this case, it was another Scorpio taking out, and I was like, wow, like, as deep as he is, I'll look at him from a distance. Yeah, and the staring is quite normal with the Scorpios. Yeah, but it was so, I swear, Mariana, I was like, what did I just witness here? Because it really was like a very intimate, like, like when someone says something to you that you cannot refute, because somehow what they're saying is so deep, is so profound. It's like lifting the veil of who you really are. And when he says, like, when she says, uh, when I look at Yuta's eyes, I see the eyes of a person who had seen it all. I was, and really, like getting, like really what he was saying, like not like, oh, did you travel to different countries, Utah? Did you see different cultures, Utah? Oh, you got out of of Japan and you experienced different cultures. It's not about that. It's about life. It's about life. It's not. I think that Utah is not the kind of idol that is like, oh yes, I've been living in the SM bubble all my life. No, he had experienced a lot of things. Oh, so that guy. I wanted to rant about that. And also that I pulled that card for him, and I was like, oh, I don't know why. My heart just. Okay, I'm going to pull a few cards for the infinite member Sungkyu. Let's uh, to see how he would be like a romantic partner, right? I'm just going to pull 4 cards. He got um the High Priestess. See, for example, in this also, in this manga tarot also, the genders are in reverse, like they are like different from the traditional tarot deck. And also, remember that the fifth card is the card of the Hierophant, And in this case, it's different because actually this is represented by the high priestess, the the five, the fifth major arcana. High priestess, princess of swords, the devil, and the eight of cups. So yeah, wow, it's very interesting actually knowing that he is he's a triple Taurus, but I do not see any cards that indicate like stability actually. Actually, I think that since he got the first card that is the priestess, probably at first he's a very cold and detached when he is interested in someone. Like I think that he does he have like a lot of things in Gemini as well, because I sense like there's a lot of swords here. Like somehow he doesn't reveal that much of himself. He probably is a bit, at first he tries to be a bit like mysterious, and then eventually he starts talking about himself, but he is a bit like, even a bit aggressive when he speaks, you know, talking about himself. He probably rules the conversation, or he's very curious about the other person, you know, like probably very like into like texting, sending a lot of messages, like using technology. But I think that from probably if you meet him in person, he is very different in person, and that when he is like talking to you on the phone, like there's two different people. Somehow I think that he is a bit like, he's a guy that with this mystery he wants to somehow like rule the dynamic of the relationship, you know. Probably he doesn't, he takes times, he takes his time to conquer someone. He also reflects a lot about himself, you know. It's not that he's not that like um he's not that like as someone that takes the lead. He actually thinks a lot about making a move. Uh, Probably he likes to play hard to get as well, because I sense that he hides a lot what he thinks. Like he has a lot of thoughts, but he still like wants to have like some kind of dominance over his emotions. You know, he's not a guy that he's going to just fall in love just because. Probably in the past he had been hurt. This is why there's this like sort of disconnection between his desires and his need for connection and what he actually shows. Um, him as a partner, actually, I got him as a partner. Cap Moon, I remember. For what I see, I do think he's changed a lot since the younger days. Yes, because the first card is the priestess, so there's a lot of like, somehow he's like trying to remain a bit more like silenced, you know, like. And of course that I think that he's very communicative because he has like the princess of swords, so he has desire to communicate with the people that he loves or the people that he's interested in. But at first he wants to set the mood of someone being very, I think that he appreciates very much his alone time, and he appreciates very much to be in silence. Like probably he doesn't want to be disturbed. He is the kind of guy that probably he doesn't like drama. He likes to interact with people, but he doesn't want his space to be like, you know, he wants his alone time. He wants his, you know, probably he's feeling also a bit spiritual lately, so he's reflecting a lot about his personal choices. He got the devil and he got the Eight of Cups. So here with the devil, I think that probably in the past, yes, he had been a bit like ambitious actually in the past, and probably he was a bit toxic, or he was involved in a situation with someone that was a bit like too dependent on him and too toxic, too jealous, the jealous type, or actually them both being jealous of each other and like actually like sparkling a lot of negative emotions, you know, a lot of insecurities. And here with the eight of cups, he's like, I don't want that in my relationship. I don't want this in my, I don't want toxicity or fears or selfishness to enter my relationship. Like, I want a healthy relationship. So I think that for the moment, he is actually like learning that love is not about, you know, about possession. Probably he was possessive in the past, and this didn't end very well. Um, Actually, like I was seeing here because I saw the picture and I was like, oh, this is a man, and no, this is the princess of swords. So maybe the princess of swords is someone from the past, you know, and he has the devil card here, so there's an attachment to someone from the past. This is why he starts a reading with the high priestess, because he's like, I need to reflect on my past, on my past experiences. Like, I cannot lose control again. I have to be in sync with my inner self. I have to go within myself to search an answer, to find tranquility. I think that what he wants the most is to get away from drama. And probably at this point in his life, he's like choosing to walk away from certain options. You know, I believe that he had options of, you know, like finding love or partners again, but he's like, no, I still have a lot to heal. I still and probably, you know, there's someone that keeps coming back into his life, so he's like probably not the same person, but he started to see a pattern of people that he attracts. So he's like becoming wiser, and he's like, oh, this person reminds me of my ex. So he's like, I don't want this again because I know how this ends. So I'm actively choosing to walk away from this that is being offered to me. So probably him as an ideal partner, I think that at the moment he's like working on himself. He's becoming very religious somehow, you know. Uh, but yeah, he's a bit inflexible in the sense that he has like this sort of idea of what he wants, and he probably is the kind of guy that he's like, he doesn't want the drama. He doesn't want, you know, a toxic partner. So he is a guy that if he has to walk away from you, he will ghost you. He will walk away from you and he will leave you. Yes, he had the King of Pentacles. So probably for him at this moment in his life, his career and his finances is in his own, in building his own stability is what matters the most for him. Probably he's not that romantic either. He's not that romantic. Ah, Princess. Actually, if you hear his solo album lyrics, this makes so much sense. Are about wanting someone back. Yes, but he probably, yes, he, because he got the devil card, so there's an attachment here. Uh, so yes, but he wrote this as a way of inspiration and also as a reminder that he shouldn't be like this. He is in another state in his life. He's much more stable right now. Probably when he was attached to this person, he was younger, and he was much more like impressionable. You know, he was a bit more shy, or you know, I think that he actually is a very emotional person. I don't know how to say this because there's two sides of him. There's a side of him that actually he could be sensitive and very spiritual and actually believing like in soulmates and stuff. But at the same time, when it comes to what he has to offer to the relationship, he probably doesn't have a lot of like sentiments and emotions to share to someone. He probably is a good provider, in the sense that he's a good partner, that he can give you like material stability, like somehow, buy you nice things, and being very like focused on building something for you and with you. And in that sense, he's showing you that he cares or that he loves you. But when it comes to emotions, here with the Eight of Cups, I would say that he had learned a lesson, and he's a bit cold emotionally right now. Probably he doesn't want to feel for a while. I see him like refusing or actually like, you know, not being very connected to emotionality, like being like, I don't know if I want this. I wonder if those lyrics are real or not, but I guess it's for him to know. Yeah, I think that he probably noticed that he had a sort of pattern of behavior and he was like, no, this is too much for me. Like, actually, he doesn't want to have this sort of like rush of intense emotions and dark emotions. So he's like, I better walk away from this intensity because it's making me feel uncomfortable. He's looking for stability in this moment. He doesn't want the drama. He wants stability. So if you bring the drama with you, or if you try to invade his peace, somehow he wants to be left alone. He's like, no, I just want to enjoy my life. I want to enjoy, like I'm working on something here. So please, like, if you come here with the drama, I'm not going to follow you. Like, I don't, I had it with the toxic people. I had it. He learned his lesson. And probably he also like didn't recognize his own self when he was involved with this toxic person. This usually happens when you are in a relationship with someone toxic. You actually get contagious, and probably if you weren't like the jealous type before, you start having these doubts. You start becoming, and also like becoming very toxic yourself, and you don't recognize yourself. You are like, why am I being like this if I wasn't like this in the past? This is not normal of me. This is something that makes me feel uncomfortable. But somehow the connection, since the connection is very toxic, you start feeling those things. And you start thinking that maybe, yes, you are like this, but actually, no, it's the influence of the other being toxic as well, and having toxicity in the relationship as normal, as okay, we love each other, we're supposed to be this crazy. And actually, him somehow like being very, very like mature in that sense, or somehow like being like, I don't like this. I don't like the way this feels. Like, I don't think that love should be like this. Love shouldn't be like this. I shouldn't feel so out of control, so out of character. I should pull myself together. He's very mature. He's very, he's someone that probably when he was younger, he was like a bit confused. But now he's not. Now he's very much mature and centered, and you're not going to move him from his beliefs. So if he says he doesn't want something, he doesn't want it. He's not going to change his mind anytime soon. He in fact has a song called "I'm Cold," and you just said released this one after this military. In fact, oh. Yes, he's becoming a much more stable guy. Okay, let's put some cards to see V and BTS B. We always talk about B here in my lives. And Big Bang T.O.P or top. Let's see what was that about them. Who was following who was following who? Because actually, like I saw like a capture of top being the list of B, but I don't know what, like, who was for. I at first I thought that it was like uh, top sending B if like a request to follow him, but it was the other way around. I don't understand. B accidentally followed top, then I'll follow him. But what's going on with those accidentally? Because oh my god. Oh my. You know, this is B Venus in Aquarius. This is his Venus in Aquarius trying to do networking, trying to, meet new people, and somehow this is the company's doing. Like, no, you're not supposed to follow anyone, just BTS members. And he's like, no, I want to follow other people. It's not a business. It's not a marriage proposal. It's just following them. I want to follow other people. Like, Top is following his alpacas. I think that Top would get along really well with B. Okay, let's see what's going on between these two. I'm going to place B on the left, Top on the right, and then in the middle. Okay, B got free of cups, again the priestess. Top got 7 of wands, the lovers. And then their connection, or the connection itself, they got 9 of pentacles. So yeah, I think that yes, here with the free of cups and the priestess, I think that definitely B is looking for a connection. B is looking to like, he probably did like follow him in order to start talking, or to just to show appreciation at the same time. Like, I think that V is in this place where he definitely, like, I would say it's networking, but also is like building a community with his peers. He definitely feels like emotionally he has the need to reach out to others. He doesn't want to be alone. He has the priestess here. So definitely sometimes he feels alone. He feels like he has to maintain a certain veil of mystery that is not really who he is. He's someone that he likes to share with others. He wants to connect with others. He has this huge need to open to other possibilities of friendships, connections, meeting new people, and somehow this veil of mystery that they force him to have. He's like, I feel so like sad here, like so, I wouldn't say sad, but he feels cold. He feels lonely. He thinks like, oh, there's so much cool people out there that I could really have a good time. I don't think that it it's necessarily for them to have a collaboration or talk about work. Probably he just wants to hang out, because the Free of Cups is also about, like, let's share our cups. Let's share our feelings, our how we feel about certain things, about life. Maybe you can share something of your experience, and I can share something of mine. Probably B is also looking for some guidance. He probably wants to search for some guidance about how to transit this fame, and how is it for people that had gone through that already. He definitely wants that feedback. He wants that, this is why he's reaching out to people, because he wants that connection. He's not a guy that thinks like, okay, here on my own in my castle, I'm going to figure out life. No, he's much more of a go-getter guy. He's much more like, okay, I have to offer my cup to others. So I want to make friends. I want to hang out with people. Let's party. Yeah, and also, since it's the Free of Cups, because we are talking about the Free of Cups, um, there could be like a third party situation, in the sense that not third party like involved, but probably he had been introduced to him, or he was talking to someone else and this person mentioned Top, or Top mentioned B, or they have someone in common. It's not, I think that if they would see each other, it wouldn't be like just, you know like just be going to talk to Top just because. I think that there's someone they have in common, that they could like go and meet, and just have fun. There, it's not that serious, but I think that for B is like a very inner searching of like, okay, like I need some answers, like I'm feeling very, very curious about how I'm feeling inside, and I need other people's perspective, and I want to expand, like. So B has a dream, just a dream for now. We'll see how fans react. He wants to be friends. I don't know. He's selling wine. That's too sold out. Let's party, free of cups. Exactly. Yes, he's sharing your cups, literally. Not my phone taking me to Spirit account. Does the Free of Cups looks like a party? Yes, looks like a celebration, a possibility to hang out and have fun, and yes, cups are involved here. But at the same time, the priestess is like them doing this without other people knowing, because the priestess is about, follow the rules, like hide, like don't make it obvious. But he's so excited, like he is, that he's very excited, that I don't think it's going to remain a secret. And also, people people are so obsessed with what B does, that it's impossible for him to actually have these sort of interactions without people like trying to take over the narrative of why he does what he does, why he can do what he wants, just let him be. He's happy. Like, hey, Hope. And in the case of Top, he has the Seven of Wands and the Lovers. So, yeah, he is a bit more on the defensive, to be honest. Because probably, Top is a guy that, first of all, he is a bit like his experiences in the past has taught him to be very selective about the people who he hangs out with, and at the same time he doesn't want any hate on his way, because he's like, if you push my buttons, I'm going to put people in their places, and this is going to start a fan war and a war between the fandoms, and like, I don't want this on my because he's like, he also wants a connection because he has the lovers here, so he still hasn't decided if this is what he wants. But he is a bit like uncomfortable with some people's attitudes. He's like, and this is not about B, but this is about what comes along with associating with B. And he's like, oh, I'm going to get myself in trouble because. So he's a bit like, resistant to this. But at the same time, Top, like the Aries moon that he is, he also likes to challenge people. So when you tell him that he shouldn't do something, he is going to do it just to piss you off. And B, the same. So I think that he has the lovers here. So he's still like, he has to make a decision. He has the possibility to, yeah, maybe we should sit down and talk. Maybe we should sit down and talk a bit more, you know. Um, but yeah, it's just that Top is in this period in his life where he is like, like just like putting boundaries to people in the sense of that do not come here to mess my privacy. I don't mess with you, you don't mess with me. Like, I keep you at arm's length, like, stay away. Like, and this is not for B, this is more about, the people, the commenters, the know-it-alls of the internet, and people just talking and talking. And he's a bit like angry about this. He wants silence. He doesn't have like tolerance for people's stupidity. So he's like, oh, I better do not get into this because they are going to piss me off and I'm going to say a few things and everyone is going to get offended. So yeah, definitely he has the sorceress. So yes, he is the one here that could have the potential of the decision. Like, he is the one that actually could be like, yeah, we should do this, or we should talk more often, or we should hang out more often. Definitely he's the one in control here, and he knows it. And then the relationship, the connection, they have the nine of pentacles. So, this is also a beautiful card that talks about them actually being very, like, both of them, they have in common that they really are in a point of their lives where they are starting to connect with self-esteem. Probably in the past they had issues about, recognizing their own value, but now they are like, okay, like, really, like, I'm feeling good, we are doing good, like, there's a stability. Like, both of them have this in common, that since they are doing very well by themselves individually, and they had come to appreciate so much how much they had grown, how much they had matured, they feel like, okay, anything can happen, anything is a possibility, and actually, they're feeling very good. Like, actually, the whole connection could be a success. If they decide to do something together, it would be a total success. A total success. Anything, not just music related. Probably like a business, a collaboration of some sort, or just them seeing it, like seeing being hanging out together. It would be like, it would like add to their popularity or their fame. because both of them are very like there's a sort of like alluring in their presence. You know, both of them are very. It seems like they are not that mysterious, but actually they do. They are very powerful. You know, they have like a lot of powerful energy. Any person being approached by them should be on the defensive. Yes. Tom already was getting malicious comments from Rabbit Blanks when he was sharing to 21 Coachella post that blurring. Yes. Older YG artists have no connection to newer gen. Les was winner, probably icon. Maybe they can do something artistic together. Maybe something artistic, because I think it has to do more with money or with, you know, with luxury things than just like music. 17 unit, what is it called? BSS is it called? And who is in this unit? Boo Seok-sun. Ah, okay. Well, let's see how they are doing. Hoshi, Seungwan, and DK. Ah, okay. These BSS juniors were so disrespectful to 17 Souvenir. Well, they have the Two of Pentacles, so are they working on it or they are releasing it? Ten of Pentacles, so definitely they had been like, this is not a new unit, right? They had a history together. They are very stable together. But they also have the Three of Swords. So yeah, actually, like they are very hardworking, and they are a very stable force. Very stable force. Like really, they are very balanced, very well balanced. No, like 5 years to have a comeback. I think that they just, the three of them are very proud of themselves. Like they are very stable in their craft. They have the Ten of Pentacles here. So definitely there's this like, okay, like we can adapt and just, you know, whatever we make, it could be a hit. You know, they have this stability. They know each other. They have this familiarity. They had produced like maybe individually or together a lot of hits. So there's like a lot of like stability in here, and they feel like family totally. So they feel very comfortable. They feel very like, you know, when you are very excited to work with your best friends, something like that. But then they have the Three of Swords. Yeah, they have the Three of Swords. So despite of them having like everything technically, the effort, the results, there's a sadness. There's sadness. You know, there's feeling a bit heartbroken, like feeling a bit left out in the cold. There's like, you know, they can go through moments where they don't feel that stable, and actually they had been betrayed in the past. I don't know if they were promised something and actually this didn't happen, or this end up not being happening, but they feel they will continue working because I pull an extra card and they got the Three of Pentacles. So definitely they should focus on their work together, on their results. But they fear the disappointment. They had cried like a lot in the past. Like there's this sadness, this like, oh, I don't want to feel like this again. I don't know if they lost opportunities or someone lied to them, but there's this sadness, this sadness. Please. Yeah, the free of swords definitely, because I was seeing like they definitely like were like the pentacles were moving from the 2 to the 10, so that could mean that the project was almost done, like the efforts, that everything was done, but there's a bit of sadness, there's a bit of fear, like, and I don't know why, because everything was going well, and they got the Three of Pentacles, so teamwork, there's the teamwork, but I don't know if maybe the conditions to release their work, it's not what they want, there's a sort of like, so I'm going to pull these cards to see if. And they feel very stressed at the same time. It's like they're very good together. They could create potentially a lot of good things, but there's also, yes, the judgment, and the Seven of Pentacles. The Judgment card and the Seven of Pentacles. That is the fear of failure. The fear to fail. Maybe they fear I don't know why, because they done well. I mean, the work, it has shape, it's very well done. It's established, but somehow they fear to be a failure, or to people actually not get to the level of success that maybe they want, like to a certain number or something like that. I don't know, guys. The industry, I don't know. It's sad because actually they have everything to be successful, but there's this sadness in there. There's this deceitment in there. Even a bit heartbroken about the situation. GD come back? Okay. I'm going to use this one better. He had beautiful cards, actually. He had the Nine of Cups, Four of Cups, Three of Cups. A lot of cups. So yeah, he's working on something, actually. Like he has a lot of, oh, definitely there's a lot of like inspiration. There's like a lot of emotions flowing, ideas. But to be honest, I think he's more concentrated on finding happiness for himself. Because he got all these cards that, yes, they could also inspire him to create more music. He could feel very inspired in that sense. But I think that he doesn't do it to somehow get a result. I think that he does it because he's in a moment where he's happy. I think that he's like very feeling very abundant. He's feeling very comfortable to how life is doing for him personally. So yeah, he could share a bit of his philosophy with others, probably like, yes, a song, I don't know, a piece of art, something that has to do with him showing his real state of being. He's actually feeling very good right now emotionally. He's feeling very, very fulfilled. And I think that he's enjoying that. He's enjoying that he's in a good emotional state. So he has two choices. Either he can like, turn this into a project that actually, like, I don't know if this necessarily has to turn into a project, because actually he's very good where he is. He's feeling very good emotionally. um, so I think that if he does share something, it's going to be for generosity, you know, um, and also letting people know that he's okay, that he's not. But I think that he's like very far away from the attention or the media. He's feeling so comfortable with just enjoying his life. So yeah, I see ideas flowing because he gets inspired all the time. He's an artist 24/7. But I think that he if he does release something, it's going to be something to inspire others instead of just for selling things or selling material things. I think that he's not for the numbers. He's not. um, Yeah, but he's also very very well. Like, probably he's surrounded by the right people, or actually, probably he could be in a relationship as well, and just feeling very good emotionally. So he's like, fame, I don't need it. Recognition, I have it. You could also ask if he would be released this year, knowing YG. For the fans, yeah, makes sense. YG needs money for Baby Monster music videos. You know that GD is held hostage despite him not leaving the company. He's dependent on YG a lot. Right, in a way, YG and Big Bang made YG big free. You can also ask if it would be released this year, knowing YG. Okay. Um. mm, Eight of Cups, Queen of Wands. So I don't know, guys, because actually I think that they have this still this style of, making people wait, making people like, oh, people want this, okay, let's do the other way, let's do the opposite, let's keep them waiting, like Yeah, yeah, he has the power actually. He has the power. Um, Probably they could, but it's going to be a long wait, guys. I don't know if it's going to be this year, and probably giving a lot of hints about it, or actually like people talking about it, but a long road, long road. What card did I get? I got the Eight of Cups and the Queen of Wands. So, yeah, there's this sense of like, yeah, yeah, there's this ghosting, the Eight of Cups. There's this sense of like you're making this you are dragging this too long, like, and actually, him, since we have the Queen of Wands, actually like yes, him being a fire sign, being like, okay, I'm going to do it myself, or I'm going to talk about it, or I'm going. But I think that he is like, okay, whatever, like, he has the power actually. TD. He has the power. It's just that probably it's not his priority right now. He has his mind elsewhere. He's just enjoying in the comfort of his house, like somehow. Can you give us an advice for this new moon, please? Oh, okay. Thank you for being here, Spirit. Bye. I have to go eat lunch as well. It's been a while. Okay. I'm going to pull cards for this new moon. You have Seven of Wands and the Empress. So definitely with two cards, I think that it's all about, becoming brave, and also like acknowledging, your resources and your own value. Like, okay, what are you doing to grow, to expand yourself? How are your needs to make things grow and expand in your life? Definitely you have to be a bit more brave. You have to be a bit more courageous, like get out there, like defend your beliefs, defend what you want to create so bad, like connect with your creativity and being like, okay, is this what I want? Is this the idea? Okay, I'm going for it. It doesn't matter if there are people like really like even yourself, that you are limiting yourself and being like, oh, I don't know if I can do it, I don't know if I'm going to be good enough. Like, just do it, like just start. And also plant that seed, put that first effort, a first step, like do it. Then eventually this will grow, this will expand into new possibilities. But just like, defend your what you're creating, defend as if it was your baby, your, if it is a project, if it is like a new idea, a new action, just like, support it, and just like be loyal to it and commit to it, and defend it from others if it's necessary, because here with the card of the seven of wands, there could be resistance, or there could be people that could be judging or opposing your ideas and being like, oh no, I don't think, are you sure? Are you sure this is the way? Are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure that this is the path that you want to take? Somehow, this is like, okay, like you have to defend your own actions. You have to defend like your own ideas. You are the one that are creating your destiny. You are the protagonist, you are the empress of your life. So it's up to you, like, do you want to keep expanding? Do you want to open the door for the people to see what you're creating, or do you want to just hide it and just, I think that it's about daring to be creative, daring to be like the creator in your life. Probably this has to do about making a decision, and the Empress is also a card that talks about abundance. So probably you will start with a simple idea, but then eventually this is going to grow. This is going to grow because since it's part of your essence and it's a creation that talks about you and it has to do with you, if you put the efforts, if you defend this, and if you like are brave enough to be like, okay, I want to do this, this is my decision for this year, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to commit to. If you put the efforts, you're going to succeed, you're going to see the results, you're going to see it blooming. But you need to fight either your own system of beliefs that it's a bit limiting, or probably try to sabotage your ideas. Just do you, like defend what you want to create, defend it as if it was your baby. Okay, guys, I'm going to go because I have to cook. Probably I will try to be here tomorrow. I'm not sure, but I will do my best to. And if I connect, probably it's going to be at this hour at 10 a.m. Because I do have to work tomorrow. Like I do have a lot of readings, but if I manage to join, so yes, guys. So I will send you the notification. If I do the live, I will send you a link. So yes, thank you, guys. It was nice talking to you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.